Hi everyone, it's Brenda Quintana here. I am a super avid walker, and because I walk so often, my shoes, they get really worn down really quick. So I go through a pair of sneakers about once a year. I like to put lock laces on my sneakers, and I generally I've been buying new lock laces with every pair of shoes, and it's kind of wasteful in a sense because I think these lock laces can last for more than one pair of shoes, but the ends, when you remove this little thing on the ends are frayed and it's really hard to get them through the new shoes. So I just wanted to share how I figured out how to get them through the new shoes and use them for at least another pair of shoes. So I'm just going to do maybe it's a short video, I'm not sure, it might be a long video, but at least you'll see step by step how I got these lock laces on a second pair of shoes. So I'm going to switch my camera around and I'll show you how I did it. Okay, so here are my old pair of shoes and here are the new pair of shoes. I've already done one just as an experiment. So the first thing you're going to need to do right here on this very end piece, we need to remove this off the shoe. So I've got a little mini flathead screwdriver, and I'm just going to kind of jam it into the end, and be careful because the first time I did this I kind of scratched myself, and you kind of just jam it and pry it. There is a video on the Lock Laces site that shows you how to do that if you want a closer up view. So just retain this piece because we're going to need it for the ends afterwards. Then you're going to slide off this piece. This is the piece that locks the laces. And then you can just pull through your shoelace, get it all the way off. And then we're going to secure the ends. This is the hard part, and I think, I don't know, I think it's just because they can fray a little bit when going through the shoes. I think I've tried this before. And let's take my new pair, and I'm just going to remove the laces off of that pair. I really love these shoelaces that these Asics came with, but lock laces really are amazing because they basically turn your running shoe into a slip-on shoe. And since I go for 2 walks a day, and you know, spending time lacing up my shoes each time, it's annoying for me. So I just love to have these lock laces. I also have a pair of indoor shoes that I use just for the indoors, and I use them for lock laces as well. So if we try to put this through here, it's really hard because this frayed end, it just kind of pushes back, and it's really hard to get them through. So just grab some masking tape, and if you don't know what that is, hopefully you know what that is. I will link down below to some Scotch brand masking tape. And what you're gonna do, you don't need a lot, but you just want to kind of secure the end. And I'm just gonna go, sorry, off camera here. I'm just gonna kind of go, and I'm going to just kind of leave a bit of an overhang, and I'm gonna wrap this around as tightly as possible. Just kind of maybe go once or twice. Maybe once is good enough. And then you just grab some scissors. So grab this. I don't know if this works with other tape. I'm a big fan of masking tape. We always had it in our house growing up. And so you can kind of create a point, or you can kind of like just kind of cut it off so it you know, looks kind of like that. Basically you're creating a new end because lock laces come with a plastic end that's kind of finished off. And so you can do this with both ends, or you can just thread it through with one. I like to do both ends because I like to have my shoelaces even. So I'm gonna just go ahead and prep my other end real quick. And again, there's a little bit of overhang off the lace, and then I'll just give this a little cut, and then just kind of push it around like that, and then just give it a snip. Okay, we are ready to lace my shoe. So I kind of like to follow the pattern of the original shoe. So I usually do these one at a time, and I've already kind of done the original pattern. So see, now you're not pushing back on those ends. This is just kind of helping to push through. It's probably not as good as the original plastic piece, but it's going to get the job done. And so I like to kind of level these off and kind of make them even. Push this aside here and make them even so that when I'm going through at the end, they're going to be basically a little bit even. Okay, so now we're just going to take this shoe here. These are my old shoes. They are done. They have served their purpose well. And then I'm just going to follow through this pattern like I would on the shoe. I want to show you how to finish it off, and I'm sorry you're going to have to watch me lace my shoes, but oh, and I think we're going to go through this little thing right here. This also is a good thing. Say you've got your things already laced up and you realize that you didn't go through the middle portion, and now you have already cut off your ends, and so this is just going to help. I think I did it afterwards. Okay, we're going to go back. See, this allows you to go back and reevaluate. I think we go through first and then we go through. Okay. So that's what the fast forward feature is for. If you don't want to watch me lace my shoes, fast forward to where I finish them off if you need to see how to do that. Always apologize for the length of the videos, but sometimes people like me, sometimes we actually want to see how it's all done, right? Because sometimes we just need that. Oops. And it helps if I can lace my shoes properly. Okay, and this one's going to go through here. And trust me, it's harder to lace your shoes when you're on camera than it is when you are just doing it for yourself. Okay, we are almost at the very end. Come on. All right, so I just want to keep these. This works well. Also, I have to say, if your shoes were different than before, like I'm transferring A6 to A6 and they're generally the same pair, then, you know, you're good to go, you know, and you can use them. If you need a longer lace, then this, of course, is not going to work. So here we've got this little piece. We need to put this back on. So you need to squeeze down and then put the laces through. Make sure you squeeze down before you do this, because otherwise you're not going to have the ability to cinch your laces up afterwards. So then this is the last part. This took me a little while on my last pair because I really did wrap these laces around well, but basically once you get this on here, you will have to unravel this. And you just need to kind of find the end. And I'm sorry, I am not actually, my head is like a little ways away because I'm trying to get this all on camera. So you have to peel this off again. Well, you don't have to. You could probably clamp this, but I'm going to peel this off. So you just need to kind of find the end. Well, probably the hardest part of this whole thing is to remove the tape at the end. But, you know, the fact that you can reuse lock laces, and I really do love lock laces. So it's nothing against lock laces, but I just, the reason I usually have an extra pair handy, But this last year has been kind of crazy, and I didn't replace when I got to the end of my last set of lock laces, I didn't have any. And we are going away, and I needed a pair of lock laces right away, and my shoes were so worn I didn't want to wear them because it's, you know, getting winter and slippery out, and I don't want to wear a pair of shoes with soles. So I was kind of last minute here, and I was like, how am I going to get these lock laces transferred? Okay, so now we've got our ends right here, and I like to make sure that they are even, and then I can play with the laces afterwards to make sure that you know, I can even them out. I just want to make sure the ends are even so they have enough grip. So you're going to open this up, and you're going to see this little piece. You're going to slide this in here, and this little piece that comes down, this little locking piece right here, oops, this little locking piece right up here on the top, I like to have that on top, and I kind of like to feel so that they're close to the end but not all the way to the end, because that little locking piece has to come down and clamp into place. And if your lock laces are all the way to the end of the shoe, I found it's very hard. So you can press down. Sometimes my end of my finger strength isn't great, so I just have a pair of small pliers here, and I just click down with them, and then that clicks them into place. And now you've got shoes that you can use with your old lock laces, because these are still in really good condition. So I want to use them at least one more time, and maybe even a third time. So that is how I switched over my lock laces. Sorry, I see that this video has gotten long, but I will link down below to lock laces in case you haven't heard of them before, and to the supplies I use. I use masking tape, a small flathead screwdriver, and a pair of pliers. And that's it. And you can probably substitute some of those supplies out as well. All right, everyone, have a great day. I hope this helps someone. Take care. Bye.